Hello everyone, this is Touring here, and today guys I'm here with another Total War Warhammer live BattleCast. In this game we're going to be playing the Empire and we are facing off against the Wood Elves. So as far as our army composition goes, we do have Boris Todbringer, we also have a Jade Wizard with the healing kit, the Earthblood as well as the Regrowth, but he's not on a mount, we decided to skimp out just a little bit. We got Swordsmen in the front line, Tattersoul, Sigmar's Sons. For our cav, we do have Reiksguard, Zentler's Reiksguard, and we decided to throw in a mortar and the Hammer of the Witches. So a little bit heavy on the artillery, but if he does have a really Eternal Guard heavy front line, I think that the mortar might be okay. A little bit of an experimentation, but you know what, guys? I think it should work out just fine. So I know a lot of you guys were asking for more Empire action, so I actually went into this quick battle with the intention of getting the Luminarch of Hysh, but unfortunately my opponent, didn't really present the opportunity. The Luminarch isn't really good against the Wood Elves. They're like, if he does get like Durthu or someone like big and lumbering like that, it can be good. But other than that, it's just kind of a little bit hard to find a home for it, in my opinion. But we'll see what the Todbringer can do. And man, guys, it is humid here in Poland. I have not experienced weather like this since I was like 5 years old. I'm like having trouble breathing. I'm just like mouth breathing over here. So, okay. So we do have the Sigmar's Sons. And then on top of that, we do have our Swordsmen. So let's go ahead and line up those guys in the front. A little bit of a nice formation. And the Wood Elves, it is a very forested map. So I have a feeling we might be seeing some shenanigans. So let's put the mortar there, the cannon there, and then we can put a group of spears guarding that one and a group of spears guarding here. So Wood Elf Cav, mobile units, Hawk Riders, things like that don't really have much armor in the first place. So, the spearmen are actually going to be, more than enough to kind of defend back there, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and set these guys up like so. We'll put the Sterling's Revenge out on the far side here, and we'll put our handgunners right over here. I think that should be fine. And then these guys we can, do I want to do a deep, I would do a deep Vanguard with the Zentler's Reiksguard, but my concern is that if he does have like Hawk Riders or something faster that has like heavy AP that he can chase me down with, it's going to be a bad day. So let's go ahead and get these guys ready. Group 2, Group 3. Spears can just be in an open group, which should be fine. And let's go ahead and have some fun. So good luck to my opponent. Let me get a sip of tea here real quick. But the Todbringer is a pretty good choice. He is self-healing. The main thing, like, there can be a case to be made that Todbringer should be on the ground, just so you don't get like Prey of an Othrombid in the air and, snipe down. So probably what I'll do is just be super conservative and just kind of sit back with him. So I'm really excited to see how this mortar does, though. I haven't used a mortar in like months. So I remember there was a time when people like would bring them regularly against Wood Elves. But, it's been a long time. And if he does have like Treekin or other shenanigans or even Wild Riders, Hawk Riders, the Hammer of the Witches is going to be a very, very good tool at kind of poking those guys down. So Reiksguard also have too much armor for Wood Elf Cav to handle. So if Wild Riders or, take a straight up engagement with these guys, they're going to get, run down pretty hard. I really like Zentler's Reiksguard. They're such a cool looking unit. But the new regiments, renowned guys, man, I am incredibly hyped for all those. The fact that Chaos is getting a bunch is really cool. The Forsaken, I have a feeling the Forsaken are just going to be monsters. But you know what? Time will tell. Time will tell indeed, my friends. And we got the Jade Wizard on foot, a little bit of a liability. He's a pretty easy target. So, but the range on the heels is pretty far. So if we decide to like keep him back a little bit, he should be okay. So let's go ahead and shoot into these guys. And for our mobility, we can shoot into the Wild Riders. Great. So for our main formation, we can go ahead and advance. And it looks like he's doing some sort of fancy business, kind of running up and around the side, which is fine with me. I can simply just, adjust my Reiksguard accordingly. So we're going to get a few shots off before they retreat, I think, but the mortar should do okay. So let's see how it does against these blobs right here. And this Hammer of the Witches, yeah, he took a shot on those Wild Riders, but nothing terribly devastating. So let's actually just shoot at Orion right now and see if we can. He's a somewhat big target, so we'll see if we can actually take him down. And there's are the mortars shooting after those guys? Oh, that's funny. So the mortar should be shooting right here. I don't know if they missed that horribly or what was going on, but so he has a Great Eagle. Oh, he has 2 Great Eagles. So SpongeBob just getting wild right now, man. So we'll probably use Boris in the back to kind of deal with the Great Eagles, and you can see the fire hath begun. So right now we're just going to get a bit of a cross engagement here, just get everyone kind of charging in, and we're not necessarily going to target the missiles right now. And let's actually get the mortars starting to fire on the Glade Guard here. Good. So the Cav in the back, we can go ahead and pull the Zentler's Reiksguard and have them kind of sitting back in Group 5 to help out defensively. We'll pull the Todbringer up as well, and these guys can go up and around. I think should be fine. They have a lot of armor, so it's going to be tough to take them out. And for the guns, we can go ahead and start shooting here, and these guys can start, let's actually pull them over here. And these other Reiksguard, do we want to use them defensively? I think we do. So I think the other Reiksguard, we need to because he's trying to sneak through here, so we need to be ready for that. So let's go ahead and get Boris intercepting here. These Zentler's Reiksguard can collapse as well, and it looks like the frontline engagement is underway, so we need to make sure to use like a heal of some sort, and this is probably a good spot. We're taking quite a bit of damage here. So we're going to intercept here. This is going to be a massacre for his guys, I think. So we'll charge in there with Boris, we'll pop the leadership buff, and the guns are going to turn and start shooting here as well. our other Reichsguard are going to come and help just to make sure that we're able to take that fight. So we do have our silver bullets here on the far side, our Sterling's Revenge. Let's actually get them going after the Great Eagle. In the mortar, we really just want to keep hammering his back line. So the Hammer of the Witches, what do we want to target? Did we do some... Oh man, Orion has been getting put down. So he's targeting my caster now, so let's actually run back. And you see this engagement's going pretty well for us. We do have a regrowth that we can use on Boris here. So we probably should do it right now, because regrowth does give physical, ward save. So if we use it there, it's going to mitigate a lot of the damage. So let's actually run up and we can charge on him. And for our missiles, let's go ahead and shoot at Orion. And then we're going to come and like sandwich these guys in the back. So they're going to be like extra trapped. And our missiles, man, are taking a ton of damage. So let's actually do a bit of a tactical retreat with our missile play. And how's the front line engagement going? I think it's going well, but if we can win out over here, I think we're going to be in good shape. And we just have to make sure we don't get skewered. And yeah, you can see his Wild Riders are getting sent back. And Orion's really low, guys. So we can run in here, and I think Boris can honestly kill him at this point. So do we have any other heals? We do have another heal, so let's just drop it here. This is literally like the epicenter of the battle. So our Sterling's Revenge are online. We can start shooting at the Great Eagle. And Boris, oh, he actually got terror routed, which is not good. So let's start shooting at that Great Eagle. Let's reposition these guys. And how's our front line doing? Have we compromised here at all? Oh, we have. We've gotten through. So good. Let's shoot here. Let's switch the mortar to this group on the far side. And the Hammer of the Witches. I don't know if there's any good targets here right now. We can just shoot at some of these Glade Guards over here. So great. So Boris is, he's at his healing cap, but for the most part, Orion is not in good shape, and we should be able to kind of finish him off. We do have our guns firing, and I honestly think, yeah, let's kill the Great Eagle first. And do we want to come in here? Can we get him? I guess he is a pretty big target, so maybe we can't shoot at Orion. I was just more so worried about like obstruction, and up here, oh yeah, Boris is going to be able to take this guy apart pretty well. So good, the front line is going well. We did get some of our guys back and through. He does have this one group of Eternal Guards, so let's go ahead and just send Sigmar Sons. So they're fighting a little bit more optimal, and yeah, his Wild Riders are coming back from route, but I think we should be able to kind of take him down here. So Boris is going to slay the stupid eagle. He's going to kill it, and for some reason, Mel Gibson is still alive. So let's just keep going in there. Let's cast this Earthblood. Let's kind of heal these Reichsguard up because they are taking quite a bit of damage, and now Gibson's getting shot at. So we're going in hot with Boris. It's very risky, but can we finish him? This might give my opponent a chance to like come back and like get me, but he only has 120 HP. That's like all we need to do. He's taking gunfire. Like we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at him, and it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the old boy Mel Gibson. So well played to SpongeBob. That was a fun battle. We'll make this a double cast, guys. I'm feeling a little bit adventurous. So yeah, Empire is so good. Like such a strong faction. Like I didn't even play that well, and we were able to. But again, what he should have done is sent one Wild Rider to make me overcommit with the Zintler's Reichsguard, and then pressured my back line. And they're fast. They're more mobile than the Reichsguard. So he probably could have gotten around and gotten onto my missiles with some like really, really aggressive micro. So, all right, so let's queue up for another battle. So I'm trying to think. If this was a live stream, what would you guys be demanding right now? Tough to say. I did just finish a Goblin BattleCast earlier in the day, so you guys have that coming soon. So I gotta mix it up. So maybe we could do Empire. Bretonia isn't very fun to watch. Nobody likes to watch Fey Enchantress. She's just derpy. So we're fighting against Dr. Pain. So what do we want to do? We could do Dwarves. We could do Chaos. We could just do Empire again or Beastmen. Well, there's options. Let's do let's do the Dawi. Let's go back to our roots. So we're gonna get Thorgrim for starters. Let's see who he switches to. Maybe we could get away with using Ungrim if he uses uses the right faction. So Dr. Pain, he's saying hello, I think. Is he? Hey, Dr. Pain. How's it going, man? Dr. Pain. Yes, that's correct. So the Grudge Bearer is going to be pretty good here. The Runesmith will go ahead and get one here. We'll also get another one with a relatively full kit. The Rune of Wrath and Ruin and the Master Rune of Grungni is pretty good against like goblins. Let's actually get a Thane. We don't do that terribly often. So, okay, so we're going to go with that. And then for our main core, it's so tough. Like the Greenskins can just do so much here. So let's get the some standard Dwarf Warriors with the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Grumbling Guard mixed in with the Great Weapons in case he goes Black Orcs. So the thing is, if he gets Black Orcs, they can beat like all of these units. So you really have to like kind of fine tune there. Do we want to get Gyrocopters? Gyrocopters might not be bad since we have like a bit of a Death Star style army. You know what? Let's actually do the Goblin, the Goblobber back here, and then we'll get two groups of Slayers, or we'll get the regular Slayers here. And I want to get another artillery piece and just kind of like position it on the side. I don't know how good a cannon would be. I don't think that's going to be worth it. So let's do this. Let's cut the Thane for now, and then get another group of Slayers. So what I'm thinking is we'll have like a bit of a Death Star, and then in the back we'll have two Grudge Throwers, kind of hammering down on my opponent, which are going to be protected by the Slayers. So this one, do we want to put chevrons in it? I don't know if that's worth it. We'll probably just get another group of Dwarf Warriors or something, so they can help defend in the back if need be. Or do we want armor piercing? Maybe we get some blasting charges just to kind of have a little bit of a variety. So, all right, so let's ready up here and let's get the ball rolling. So I don't know how well this is going to work out. And is this an open field map? Let me check. It is. It's somewhat open field, so hopefully it'll work. Basically, the ideology is that, I have my artillery pieces off from my army so that when the fighting starts, he's going to have to send something back there. So he'll have to send some sort of cav. and then the Slayers hopefully will be able to like deal with whatever threats, you know, present themselves there. And then, you know, if there is no threat and he decides to just commit fully to the frontline engagement, I can just scurry the Slayers up real quick. So I know gyrocopters aren't a bad answer. They, you know, they can bring some, you know, good tools. The bombs are really good against Greenskins. You know, poor leadership, massive shock damage, you know, can lead to like chain routing and different things like that. Does Ground Brindle cause terror? No, he causes fear. That's right. Yeah, I was just thinking, I wonder, like, I mean, in many ways, don't you think, like, if this mystical white dwarf came from, although it's pretty hard to, like, be terrified by a dwarf, right? I mean, you might be afraid of them because they're, like, you know, strong fighters, but they don't instill that, like, sense of dread, I don't think. You know, that would maybe be needed to, like, cause terror. So, all right, so let's go ahead and put this bad boy right here, and then this bad boy right here. So we're going to split them up, so we can't, like, get them all at once, and we'll put one group of Slayers here and one group of Slayers here on guard duty. Then in the front, we want the, how do we want to do this? So Dwarf Warriors in the front line, or do we want the, yeah, probably Dwarf Warriors. Okay, so we'll put them here, and we're going to go a little bit tighter than we usually do, just to kind of keep it high and tight to the Runesmith and then High King Thorgrim. We'll put him here and him here. Then we're going to put the Grumbling Guard right back here, kind of supporting and giving out that ruin. And then these guys can kind of be right here. And we can also switch up the formation if need be, you know, and send in the, you know, the armor piercing first. And then this Rune of Wrath and Rune bot can kind of just like sit back here. Mighty Ducks formation, guys. And the blasting charges, you know what? Where do we want them? We can put them like, let's put them right here. And then these guys can actually go in the back, which should be fine. Cool. So we're ready to go. Good luck to my opponent. I do not know how well this build's going to work out. It's going to be a little bit janky, but you know, you gotta believe, guys. So what do we got? Black Orcs. We got the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Oh, that's going to be annoying, actually. Okay. So let's go ahead and just start working on these Black Orcs as much as we possibly can, getting through some of that armor. We're going to take free fire. Like, he's just going to be shooting us with those Forest Goblin Spider Riders with on our Slayers, but there's not much we can do about it. I could take, like, a Rune of Wrath and Rune guy, and, like, yeah, that actually would probably be a good idea, to have him zone these guys and, like, take that fire. So he does have Azag the Slaughter, which isn't bad. I think he does have he has Purple Zun, which is really good against Blobbing Dawi. So good, we're going to start shooting in here. So let's get our Slayers parked on guard duty right here, and our other Slayers can be on guard duty here. And we do have this guy coming with Rune of Wrath and Ruin to like try and help zone. So we want to bring the fight like away from the artillery pieces. So even if we, oh, he's actually trying to cast Purple Sun right now. So we're actually going to run back a little bit and dodge that. Oh, he thought I wasn't watching. So he's going to get some of my dwarves. Hopefully it won't chase my army. Oh, it actually looks like it's coming that direction. So nice try, man. I was watching. I was paying attention. So we want to get the, oh no, we want to get the Mangy Marauders here. So we're going to kind of, you know, pop these guys right here and just leave these Slayers kind of taking that beating. And the Purple Sun, yeah, it didn't do much damage. I've seen replays where it like can massacre the dwarves. So let's just have him kind of chase here. And these Slayers, we want to keep them, they need to be patient and unfortunately eat that fire while we go kill the Orc front line. So man, that one artillery piece is not doing much work. So let's just kind of posture up right here and just let those guys fight a little bit longer. Oh, hello. Okay, that changes things. So we're going to get our Dwarf Warriors kind of engaging across the front. Let's actually just engage through, and these guys we can take off fire at will, switch them to melee, and then we can engage just kind of a, you know, crosshatch engagement here. So the Runesmith is engaged and Azog is fighting him. So let's actually go ahead and send the Slayers to help, and we'll move this other group of Slayers to kind of cover. So good. So we're about to engage in the front line. We're taking a lot of Fanatic fire and all kinds of other fun stuff, and we do have a Chariot in there, I think. Yeah. So hopefully the Chariot can get tied down by my Lord and, you know, some of these other guys. So we're going to pop some of these buffs here, and I think we might actually be able to get some of these Chariots down, which would be really nice. So we do have Rune of Wrath and Rune as well. We'll keep focusing the Black Orcs with our artillery pieces. So the Slayers actually do get on Azag a little bit. So we're going to pull back right here, and yeah, we're still zoning. I mean, man, these Grudge Throwers are really not doing as well as I thought they would. So the armor piercing, we need to make sure it gets in the front line and doesn't get mucked up against these guys in the back. So let's go ahead and pop Runes of Wrath and Ruin here. And yeah, okay, so these guys we need to push up to the Black Orcs, and this other group we need to push up to the Black Orcs over here. So the artillery pieces now, we can go ahead and find the Rusty Arrows and focus them down. That's going to be a pretty nice little gimme for me. And you can see this Runesmith is trying his darndest, but he keeps getting jumped around by Azag. So we'll pop that Rune of Wrath and Ruin on those troops here. And yeah, everything seems to be, you know, going relatively well. We have the Great Book of Grudges. We have these miners. So let's actually go ahead and have them detach and, you know, engage those Black Orcs. And how are our artillery pieces doing? We're actually doing okay, but I feel like we're just taking some serious losses. But the Slayers back here actually have gotten on Azag, which is great. So if we can do some damage to him, that would be really nice. So let's see if we can get us around, maybe. Yeah, we don't want to leave those unguarded. So let's actually run these guys back, and let's see if he has the skirmish mode on. He might not have it, so we might be able to go get that freebie. So, oh, he's casting another Purple Sun here, but it's not a very dense unit, so I'm not terribly concerned. It's going to get like a lot more goblins than it is like, you know, other traditional units. So we need to check our Runesmith here. Let's go ahead and pop that 30 armor buff. And Thorgrim, let's get him working on some Black Orcs as well. And our artillery pieces are able to come to kind of, you know, finish off those goblins. Great, so we did get the Slayers into his rider, so he actually was manually controlling them, so we're able to kind of, you know, get away there, and yeah, you can see he notices right now, but let's pull back, do a bit of a tactical retreat, and these Slayers can kind of just wait for those Chariots. So here, we do have a Rune of Wrath and Ruin, so let's pop that on these Night Goblins here, and the frontline engagement isn't going terrible. Thorgrim and the boys are, you know, holding okay, And these Black Orcs are starting to get worn down a little bit, which is good, and we've been able to kind of secure our back line. Granted, we just did lose a Runesmith. I mean, you're going to take casualties in the back if he's like committing that much. So the Black Orcs are getting worn down, though, which is really good. Finally, we're making some darn progress here. And Thorgrim is going to, turn the tide against these guys in the front. And our artillery pieces, we've almost got these goblins, so we need to keep those rusty airs off the battlefield. So good. So the chariot here is kind of getting dragged down by the slayers, which is exactly what we want. So I'm tempted to just send. We need to defend these things, though. Oh man, yeah. So let's send one group of slayers up to the front. I think we're going to need it because the fight looks to be kind of teetering in my opponent's kind of favor a little bit. Let's get the Thorgrim going back there after that guy, and it looks like some of these Black Orcs are in pretty bad shape here. So let's push these guys forward, have them re-engage, and yeah, things. What a great friggin' battle we've had so far. It's been pretty good. Fanatics coming in, though, unfortunately, which is not a good sign for us. So the Slayers are going to chase over here, and we're just going to, like, at this point, we're pretty low on ammunition. So we're going to kind of, like, run forward and see if we can force, like, some sort of a headlong engagement in the front line. So we're fighting his Lord here. Let's go ahead and get the Runesmith fighting as well. We need to really commit and just try and polish him off here. And this Runesmith actually does have a Rune of Wrath and Ruin. So let's use it here. Let's get these guys coming to help out as well. And the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass and everyone, man, it is just knock down, drag out. So let's go ahead and focus these Black Orcs, this very healthy group. And we do have Slayers coming in, so let's get the Slayers coming in to do a rear charge. And over here, we're able to kind of chase those guys off, which is nice. So if we can get his Lord, just kind of keep spanking him and get the Slayer surround here on this guy, I think we might be able to pull something out. I don't know. It's looking pretty tough, though. Like, we've taken some serious casualties, but the balance of power is still pretty even. So another Purple Sun coming down. So my opponent really loving that ability, that's for sure. So let's run back here, see if we can defend. And it looks like, where did our other Slayers go? They actually, we did break one group, which is nice. So Azag's going to come right now, but you can see how beat up he is, actually. So let's go. I think we just commit here with the Slayers and bring them up. So do we want to, like, get everyone together? I think we do at this point. But man, we are so low. Like, our leadership is not happy right now. What can we finish off? So we do have the Rusty Airs back here, and man, they just will not leave. So let's get these Slayers in and just, like, we just need density with Thorgrim. Like, we can't leave him alone at this point. We do have Rune of Wrath and Ruined. Is there any, like, high density units? Yeah, we can use it on the Black Orcs probably, or these Night Goblins. We can just kind of work them down. That should be fine. Thorgrim hopefully doesn't take too much damage from that missile fire, and it looks like those Black Orcs have indeed shattered here. So the Slayer is able to chase those guys off. Let's see if they can get on Thorgrim real quick. How many kills? 58 and 91. That's not bad at all. Like, that's a decent little performance there. So let's go ahead and switch over here with Thorgrim. Let's pull him back through the ranks and pop these different ruins. So 30 armor, and then the ward save is going to be very nice. And it looks like we do shatter the chariot. So what an incredible cockfight henceforth. So these guys, we actually still have 2 of the pieces here, so we can get back online. We do have a lot of Dawi coming back from route, so let's go ahead and send them back up after the Rusty Airs. And Thorgrim and the boys should be able to finish off these Black Orcs, because the Slayers with the melee attack buff from him are going to be at 58 melee attack. So even though they don't have the best AP, they're going to be doing some decent damage. So we get the blasting charges too. So let's send those guys back up to the front line. So far, so good, guys, and we are back online. So let's send the Slayers over here to help out and get our artillery pieces and just keep focusing on the Rusty Airs here, because that armor sundering versus my Lord's. Oh, you're in the wrong neighborhood, man. If Thorgrim gets like a single auto attack on you, you're gonna just be sent back to the Shadow Realm. So he does run, but Thorgrim's coming in pretty hot, so we probably should keep the Slayers fighting. And unfortunately, that Runesmith does get shattered down there, which is pretty grim. This other, oh no, he's actually back. Okay, good. So we have a Rune of Wrath and Ruin, so let's go ahead and pop that on the Black Orcs and go after his Lord here. Go after his Lord here. Come on, get him, get him, Dr. Payne. Man, I almost feel obliged to, like, cast this game separately, but I feel like you guys like watching these live, right? Anyways, you'll have to let me know. So at this point, we can bring the Slayers up. I think having them in the front line bolstering is going to be more valuable. And I'm really tempted to actually fire, like, a Goblobber at that thing. Man, what a great battle. GG, man. GG. But, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the breakdown. It worked. We were able to get in there and deal with the harass, and not too much chariot play, but having the Goblobbers in the back, I think, was helpful for kind of, pressuring his missiles and retaliating. So yeah, Thorgrim did well. We had good performance from the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Our AP units did okay. Thankfully, we were able to get a lot of the Goblobber action on those Black Orcs, but Slayers really performed. They took missiles in the back line. Granted, I think if he had been a little bit more aggressive with those and ran circles around me, he could have charged and shut down my artillery a little bit earlier. And the Purple Sun, obviously, it's fun. And had I blobbed up and had a bit of a Death Star and been caught, it could have been devastating. But it's a high-risk, high-reward type thing. So he didn't have, like, Itchy Nuisance or, Ere We Go or anything like that. That would have been, really, really strong. So well played to my opponent, Dr. Payne. Look forward to seeing you again on ladder. And hopefully you guys enjoyed these live battlecasts. Have an excellent night and take care.